So now we've reached the final stages of this journey, and thank you for sticking with me till now. In this course, you've got a better understanding of what organic farming is. We learnt about garden design to make the most out of the limited space that you have. Then we learnt about containers, potting mix, and then came the most important thing, that is the soil, followed by soil management. We also learnt about seeds, different kind of organic fertilizers, different kind of foliar sprays like Panchagavya, and last but not the least, we learned how to compost your kitchen waste in very simple manner. But this course will not be complete if I do not discuss about the benefits of organic container gardening. I'm sure you're already knowing about it and that's why you have to do the course. But for completeness sake, let's have a quick look at it. The benefits of growing your own veggies are so many. I have tried to list only some of them here. First, you'll be self-sufficient for most of your vegetables. Organically grown food is packed with nutrition. Also, you harvest your veggies only when you need them. And that's how there is no nutrient loss. And obviously because of this, organically grown food tastes much better. And of course, no harmful pesticides will be there in your veggies as opposed to what you get outside. You can recycle a lot of containers to your container garden. Your organic waste is also recycled back to your garden, and thus making your home a organically zero waste zone. When you buy veggies or herbs from the store, you generally buy it in bulk, and some of it does go waste. But when you get veggies from your garden directly, you get only what you need. Thus, you reduce food wastage. You can also reuse a lot of your wastewater, like the water that you use to wash your vegetables and maybe rice or something else, to water your plants. And that way, you also conserve water. The food that you buy from store is grown using a lot of fossil fuel, and it is also transported over long distance before it reaches you. Your container garden is a great way to reduce all that carbon footprint. When you grow your own food, you'll never waste it. Moreover, you start eating veggies that you hated just because you have grown them. And of course, this is a great family activity. I can keep listing benefits of having your own food garden. But the most important thing, according to me, is the joy that you're going to experience on a daily basis when you grow your own. Yes, we did not learn about how to grow plants in your garden, but we learned about how to grow soil. We learned about seeds, how to germinate them, how to handle them. We learned about different organic fertilizers, different foliar sprays. We learned about how to keep your garden balanced and in harmony with nature. So there's some specific things which are specific to growing different kind of plants, like the size of containers, plant care during its growth, and harvesting, etc., which we did not learn. So what I've done is I've put all those information in a handout that is given along with this course. In that handout, you'll learn how to grow 10 common vegetables and herbs in your garden. And once you have done that with experience, you'll be able to grow any kind of vegetables in your garden. Whether you have a 50 square feet area or a 10,000 square feet area, I would recommend you start with just 5-6 plants in 5-6 containers. Start with a couple of veggies and a herb. And as you get hang of things, you can start adding more container to your garden. And that way you'll have a balanced learning phase. Having too many containers or plants in your garden initially can be a little too overwhelming. So just get a few containers, mix up your potting mix, plant a couple of veggies, make your organic fertilizers, make Panchagavya or pot manure, and start your garden. And yes, most importantly, do not forget to start your composting bin. Except for things specific to containers, everything else that you learnt in this course is applicable to all kind of organic farming. In fact, it is applicable to full-scale organic farms also. Things like soil management, pest management, staking, organic fertilizers, foliar sprays like Panchagavya, all these are generic processes and are applicable to organic farms anywhere and of any size. All gardening supplies mentioned in this course are very common supplies and you can get them at your local gardening store. They're also available online, but it is quite expensive over there. In fact, online they sell it about at 2 to 3 times the actual cost. So I would recommend buying everything from the local gardening store. In case of vermicompost, do not buy the smaller packs. Go for the 25 kg to 35 kg packs. Those are the ones which are packed for farmers, and that's why they are actually genuine. And except for exotic seeds, I buy all my seeds from local gardening store because local seeds are adapted to local climatic conditions. In small town or villages in India, it is not very difficult to get cow dung and cow urine. But in big cities, it can be a little problematic. But I'm sure with a little search, you can find a good source of cow dung and cow urine. Even if you're not able to manage it regularly, you can collect cow dung and cow urine once in every 2 months and make Panchagavya. In case you're not even able to do that, you can collect cow dung and cow urine every 6 months and prepare pot manure. Rice gel and pot manure together will fulfill the requirements of your garden to a large extent. And in case you are not even able to do that, Panchagavya is available commercially, but still I would recommend you to try and make your own Panchagavya or pot manure. If you consistently notice in a container that your plants are developing some soil-borne disease, then it is time to solarize the soil. All you need to do is take the soil out of the container, spread it, and let it dry in the sun for 5 to 6 days. And once it is fully dried and all the pathogens are killed, you can use that soil as your garden soil to make a fresh batch of potting mix. Potting mix or potting soil is a power-packed starter for your garden. Hence, it is a one-time job only. But soil maintenance and soil building has to continue in your garden all the time. But in case your soil develops some disease, then all you need to do is solarize it and then use it in your next batch of potting mix. In this course, you've learnt everything to start your own organic container garden in a sustainable manner. But I'm going to disappoint you by telling you that you're going to face challenges. You're going to work with nature, and nature is unpredictable by nature. And so, you'll face a lot of issues. But do not get disappointed and lose interest. Take it as an opportunity to learn. You should be able to solve most of your problems with what you have learned from this course. But at times, you'll have to find your own way. At those times, you'll have to listen to nature. Your experience of working with nature will be your biggest teacher. This course was meant to get you started in the right direction. With the knowledge gained from this course, you have higher chances of success in the garden than somebody who doesn't have it. But remember, gardening is not just science, it is also an art. The key virtue that is going to help you in this journey is patience. Patience is the art of matching your pace with that of nature's. And in this process of being in sync with nature, hopefully someday you'll discover the secret to a joyful and content life. Thank you once again, and all the best for your journey towards joy and wisdom. Bye bye, see you, take care, namaskar.